Round one of the 2012 FIA World Rally Championship. It's the Monte Carlo. The WRC back here after an absence of 3 seasons, and this year marks the 80th running of one of the world's most historic rallies. Infamous for its mixed conditions and difficult tyre choices, and this is the first time for many years that a WRC event has run over 5 days, starting in Valence and finishing in the Principality of Monaco. It's 18 stages in total. Low clouds, rain, fog and temperatures around 0 degrees this morning. Well, this meant very tricky conditions for day 3, but before we tackle today's stages, let's have a look back at the 2 previous days, shall we? Well, the rally started on Wednesday with 4 stages, 2 loops of 2. And it was a cold start for the Monte Carlo, temperatures well below freezing. Tyre choice was, as always, absolutely crucial. Time to wrap up then and enjoy. 5 times Monte Carlo winner Sébastien Loeb chose a soft compound for his Citroën. It was a good choice for stage 1, the longest of the rally at almost 37 kilometres. Loeb was quick, he took the lead. Great start for Danny Sordo in the Works Mini. Sordo set the second fastest time, only 1 second behind Loeb. Remember, Sordo took 2 podiums for Mini last year. Well, on his first stage as a factory Citroën driver, Mikko Urvanen was cautious, came in 3rd on the stage, losing 15 seconds to teammate Loeb. Urvanen settling in nicely, you might say. Yes, he'd probably say otherwise, mind you. Jari-Matti Latvala, Urvanen's former teammate, had the super soft compound on his Fords and took a time hit on the first stage when grip started dropping off at the end. Latvala losing 22 seconds. Peter Solberg took over Urvanen's seat at Ford and put in his 5th best time. Yes, 12 seconds behind teammate Latvala, perhaps a low-risk strategy. Yes, Peter in the hunt for manufacturer's points, of course. Stage 2, driving a mix of super soft and studded tyres, Latvala was flying. Very tricky stage with snow at the first part and a lot of ice on the descent at the end. Stunning run, and Latvala became the new leader of the Monte Carlo. Well, a soft compound was perfect for stage 1, but was a bad choice for stage 2. Loeb tried a cross mix with 2 studded tyres on his Citroën. The soft tyre was still too hard for the conditions though, and Loeb lost 53 seconds and dropped to 2nd. What a turnaround. Well, tricky it was. Look at Danny Sordo sliding on some ice, hitting a wall on the left and the front right. Yeah, he lost over a minute, but managed to reach Service Park. While taking advantage of the difficult conditions, talented VW factory driver Sébastien Ogier put in a fine 3rd fastest time at the wheel of the Skoda Fabia S2000, a car without a turbo, remember. Stage 3, Loeb fastest once again, the 2nd run of the longest stage of the rally, albeit by a narrow margin of just 4/10. Loeb now had super softs on his Citroën. Well, Latvala went for softs on the Ford and virtually matched the time of Loeb. Only 4/10 dropped, so Latvala still leading and with a 30-second advantage. Our Civil-Cam offers a visual performance. It's an overlay, you might say, that allows us to find the gaps head-to-head. So different tyre choices for Loeb and Latvala. They seem equally fast at this point, 20 kilometres into stage 3, right after Col de Foyel. At the finish, Loeb slightly faster, as you know. Well, the afternoon loop didn't go well for Urvanen. The Citroën driver kissed the wall, broke a brake disc. Urvanen losing 27 seconds on this stage and a further 1 minute and 30 on the next. A costly kiss indeed. Well, young Belgian Thierry Neuville was 5th fastest in the 3rd Works Citroën DS3. Starting his first season in a WRC machine, his Monte Carlo is about building confidence in the car. Sadly, stage 4 was to be the very last on this Monte Carlo rally for Latvala. Caught out on ice in a tight right-hander, but he went off. Yes, no way back. A huge blow for both Latvala and, of course, the Ford's Works team. Well, he wasn't alone. Neuville was another victim on this tricky stage. The Belgian clipped a wall and ripped off the front right wheel. No chance of continuing. Yes, from this season, it's up to the rally organisers to allow Super Rally or not. Super Rally is now called Rally 2, and our Monte Carlo hosts have chosen not to have Rally 2 this time around. So if you're out, you're out. You can't restart the next day. Well, with Latvala gone, this is how the standings looks. Once again, Loeb on top with a very healthy lead, but, well, there's only 1 second between Sordo and Solberg, and look at that 4th place for Ogier. Fantastic. Loeb still looking for reasons why they're not even further ahead. He's such a perfectionist.
We lost a lot in the morning with the tire choice finally. Finally, I know why I was slow in the last stage, because all the others who had the same tire choice today in the afternoon in this stage were slow or out of the road. So finally, it was a bad choice in the morning, a very good choice in the afternoon.
And so, 6 stages for day 2. Warmer than the day before. A mainly dry surface. Tyre choice, obvious. No studs today. It's softs or super softs. And remember, no cutting allowed. Well, Monte Carlo looks like a proper tarmac rally right now. And of course, one of the tarmac kings is Sebastian Loeb, the world champion. Yes, won all but 1 stage on the second day and takes the lead. 1 minute and 37 into day 3. And it'll be Monte. Yes, this Monte indeed. Would it be kind to Loeb? That's the big question. Surprises out there for everybody. It's about how you cope with adversity, remember. It's not just always about speed. Everyone has their troubles. Well, the battle for second place between Sordo and Solberg was full on all day long. On 5, the first stage of the day, Solberg 3 seconds faster than Sordo, goes into second overall, Sordo 1.9 behind. Well, our simulcam feature on stage 6 shows how equally fast both drivers are, even braking at the very same point. But by the end, Sordo takes second place back, with Solberg just 0.3 behind. Amazing. Absolutely matched, it seems. Well, on stage 7, Solberg beat Sordo by 4 seconds, meaning Pedder moved back into second overall. Sordo now 3.7 seconds behind the man they call Hollywood. But after the midday service, it was Sordo with the starring role, going faster than anyone on stage 8. His first stage win of 2012. He reduced the gap to Solberg by 1.5 seconds. Well, Solberg reacted on stage 9 to put Sordo back, behind him by 2.4 seconds. But then on stage 10, the last one of the day, Solberg losing 6.1 seconds to Sordo and dropping back to third, 3.7 seconds behind the Spaniard. What a battle this was. Phenomenal.
Really fun. At the end, we stayed in second place, but only in the last split of last stage, no. But it was really fun, I think, for the drivers and for spectators and everyone.
Everyone lost quite a lot of time on day 1 after clipping a wall and damaging a brake disc, and he looks comfortable when there's enough grip. But in slippery areas like the inside of mud-covered corners, Erwin is being stretched. 4th after day 2, 3 minutes and 40 behind his teammate Loeb. A comparison Mikko will not be pleased with. A good, steady rally for Novikov. Yes, on day 2, after going off on the first day, he's found his rhythm. Yes, Evgeny is co-driven by the experienced Denis Giraudet, don't forget. Well, the young Russian now lies 5th, but already almost 4 minutes behind the rally leader Loeb, and that's quite a difference. Yes, a difference in form. Well, even on a drying surface, the Monte Carlo can really bite you. And well, all you've got to do is ask Francois Delacour, to be honest. Yes, one of the most experienced drivers out there. So close to disaster. He won the Monte in '94 and of course went very well here last year on the IRC in the infamous flash blizzard. This time though, he slipped off the road, as you've seen, damaged the front of his Ford Fiesta. Delacour 4th, 6th, I beg your pardon, overall.
13 cordes. 52 mètres. Droite 120 long sec, referme légèrement poteau rouge. 100 mètres.
Well, another Frenchman, Pierre Campana, 7th in the standings, driving a second works Mini WRC. Campana about 5 minutes adrift of his teammate Sordo. Also had there the Estonian youngster Ott Tänak. Yes, shone during the Wales Rally GB last year and has signed a long-term contract with M Sport. Tänak, the prodigy of Estonian star driver Marko Martin. At the end of day 2, Tänak running 8th. Oh dear, Sébastien Ogier caught out badly on stage 10. He went deep and fast. Lost grip on the muddy surface, and the Skoda S2000 crashing into a wall. Rally over. It can bite, can't it? Loeb then, after day 2, looking like this, 1 minute and 37 clear. Sordo and Solberg still apparently locked together. This morning, FIA President John Todd paid a visit to the Rally Monte Carlo and held a press conference in the Valence service. Yes, President Todd, good memories of the Monte. 3 times a runner-up as a co-driver, don't forget. And he's a happy man.
Yeah, welcome back. You know, we are delighted to have Monte Carlo Rally back in the calendar of the FIA World Rally Championship. It should never have gone out. But now things are back to normal. If I may say, we have had some tense time for organizing the 2012 World Rally Championship. But as we mentioned earlier during the press conference, let's take that as a good opportunity for the development of our sport.
Day 3 of the 2012 Monte Carlo, featuring 3 stages, the second stage being the longest of the day, 24.13 kilometres. Well, bad weather can be your friend if you're a confident driver, but with rain on the first stage and lots of ice patches on the second, few were smiling out there. The drivers, well, set for 3 stages before cruising down to Monte Carlo and concluding the days of the rally. Yes, tricky conditions saw Citroën choose 2 super soft and 2 studded tyres and 2 studs in the boot. Now Solberg and Ford had 4 super softs and 2 spare winter tyres without studs. And at the very last moment, Sordo decided to copy Citroën's choice, but the Mini team, they were out of time, so Sordo left Valence with 6 winter tyres, no studs, and a glum look, I might add. Temperatures, well, they were above 0. With the first stage quite mild. Drizzle made it damp. Sleety snow out there just after 10 in the morning. Peder Solberg on super soft compounds had made a great choice for this wet stage with no ice. He was heading for the fastest time, his first stage win with Fiesta. Yeah, an important, great run this. Beat Sordo by a full 13 seconds to retake second overall. How would Sordo respond? Petter now 1 minute 24.2 behind the leader Loeb. And the man who was second quickest, only 3.3 seconds behind the stage winner Peder Solberg. Same super soft compound as the Norwegian. Well, that helped. Delacour has some friends in this region as well that gave him even more help. Very precious information comes his way in this part of the world. Now, he really should be everyone's basic touchstone for what he chooses. Basically, go for it. Exactly the same. Another stunning Monte performance from the French veteran, 6 overall. Well, third quickest, Evgeny Novikov, 8.5 behind Solberg, and using a diagonal cross tyre setup we saw yesterday, mixing studs and super soft slicks. Well, it seemed to work. Great time, jumped to 4th overall. And what about Danny Sordo? Well, 5th quickest, losing 13.2 to his rival for second. Now 9.5 seconds behind Peder Solberg. It was on 4 winter tyres without studs. Yes, a bad choice for this stage, but such are the varying conditions in this event that it could be exactly the right choice of tyres for the next one. Ice being reported. And what about our rally leader? Well, Sebastian Loeb set the 6th quickest time only. Of course, controlling the rally. Got a big lead after all. Not exactly nursing the car, but not pushing to the max either. Steady as you go, you might say. On 2 studs and 2 super softs. Not a great choice for this stage. The Monte Carlo is always a compromise. Bad on one stage, great on the next. The times will tell. So Loeb's lead overall trimmed just a little, but still looked comfortable. Loeb 1 minute and 24 clear of Peter Solberg, who had a good run through that one. Danny Sordo on the drift just a little bit. Novikov waiting to pounce. Irvinen still not out of it at all. So, who made the best tyre choice for the next stage? Yes, the one with lots of ice, you remember. Well, you're going to find out in just a few minutes' time. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the Rally Monte Carlo. The weather really bad now on stage 12. Yes, during the road section the drivers swapped tyres to tackle the ice on the second stage of the day. Miserable, I think you might say. 11:15 in the morning, local time. Just look at the rises and falls of this. Hovering around freezing, some black ice, some standing water. The ice crews said the ice was melting in some places and freezing in others, so the notes were inaccurate. Well, Irvinen had replaced his 2 super softs with 2 stud tyres from the boot, so he went on 4 studded tyres, and it was a great choice. Yes, great to handle the ice and the slush. The fastest stage time was his first for Citroën.
This time we definitely had the right tyre choice, and for once I was brave enough with this car, so that's a good time.
Same tyre choice for Loeb, now on 4 studs all round. Loeb controlling, yes, still puts in the second fastest time. 3.7 seconds slower than his teammate. Again, Citroën spot on with the tyre choice, making the best compromise for the different conditions on the battlefield.
Sur droite à fond long, sur gauche centre plus court, léger avec glace. 80 mètres, attention, gauche centre.
You wouldn't do it for pleasure, would you? Campana, 3rd fastest, beats his teammate Sordo by 21.6 seconds. 7th overall, Campana. Well, also with Mini, during the morning service, Sordo had wanted the same tyre choice as Citroën, you remember, but the decision came too late to switch. He had to do with 4 winter tyres without studs. Yes, takes it steady, not risking anything. He knew that Peter Solberg had taken the wrong tyres for this stage. 4th fastest, a very decent performance. Yes, still some regrets though.
We didn't take tires with the studs, and in the last part we lost a lot. It was really difficult. I think the time with Sebastian with the studs it's okay.
This is Petter driving with 2 winter tyres without studs at the front and 2 super softs at the rear. Well, gives good grip at the front, but the car is loose at the rear. Very difficult car to drive in these conditions with those tyres, even for the 2003 world champion. Petter losing 1 minute and 46 over just 24 kilometres, dropping to 3rd overall, now 57.6 behind Sordo. Unbelievable.
I have a slicks on the rear and no stud on the front, and I had so big aquaplaning from the start. I almost went off on the fast day, just unbelievable.
Indeed. Well, let's use our simulcam to see how costly that stage was for Peter Solberg. We're at the 7 kilometre mark after the start for the icy sector. It's very wet. Well, first we compare Petter to Danny Sordo. Remember, Solberg has 2 winter tyres without studs at the front and 2 super soft slicks at the rear. Sordo has 4 winter tyres without studs. Let's pick it up. Well, Sordo has equal grip on his Mini, while Solberg's Ford, yes, looser at the rear. Mini more stable during braking. The Ford certainly more twitchy. And the Mini has a lot more grip than the Ford during acceleration. Solberg was to lose even more on the ice. Ouch. So now we compare Petr to Mikko Hirvonen. Hirvonen had 4 studded tyres, and as we said, Solberg 2 winter without studs at the front and 2 super softs at the rear. And as we roll it, even with the studs in the wet, Hirvonen is faster than Solberg. Later on in the stage, Hirvonen simply ran away from Solberg, and at the end, Hirvonen went 1 minute 46 faster. I'm glad you like this stuff, it's great, isn't it? Finally, we compare a car with studs and another without. Loeb has 4 studded winter tyres, Sordo has 4 winter tyres without studs. Yeah, not that much difference on the wet part of the stage. But on the ice, Loeb, yes, he'll pull away from Sordo and beat his former teammate by 35 seconds. Next up, that's a treat. We're going F1 styly on a rally stage here. Looking at Loeb, Hirvonen, Solberg and Sordo racing at the same point of the stage. At the end of this sector, Sordo is leading, but at the end, Hirvonen was of course fastest. Good, eh? Loeb then is the leader after 12. 2 minutes and 9 the gap now. Petr Solberg, yes, just drifting away from Sordo in second place. Well, at times Monte Carlo can be a real nightmare. Getting the tyre choice wrong can be self-destructive. Will Petr do better on the last stage of the day? We'll be back in a moment to find out. Welcome back to day 3 of the Monte Carlo rally. 1 stage left. Well, mostly dry with wind having picked up. Northerly facing parts have damp sections, but the southerly facing exposed areas are pretty much dry with temperatures reaching 9 to 10 Celsius. So back in action we go. Just after 3 in the afternoon. Another quickest time for Hirvonen. 2nd stage in a row. But at the end of day 3, Hirvonen 4th overall, 3 minutes and 43 behind teammate and leader of the rally, Sebastian Loeb. Well, Hirvonen will be fighting for a podium tomorrow. Surely he had hoped for more out of this rally, but suddenly starting to run very well indeed. Sebastian Loeb, 2nd fastest, 2.9 behind Hirvonen. 4 softs on the car, as Hirvonen took. No extra risks being taken on this stage. Much easier and far less tricky than the day's first 2 stages. Yes, Loeb leading the rally by a margin of 2 minutes and 12. Loeb freely admitting, yes, he's been easing on the pace just a little.
This one was like a tarmac stage, so but you have a good lead, so I didn't take any risk. Just going through, a lot of gravel in some parts, so I was a bit careful, but no problem. I really wanted to go to Monaco tonight, so no mistake now.
We all want to go tomorrow, go just about every night. 3rd fastest on the stage, only 5.4 seconds behind Hirvonen. Strong performance it was from the Russian youngster Yevgeny Novikov. Yes, good, consistent stuff. Right from the beginning of this rally. Not demanding respect, you might say, but he is getting it. An absolutely solid performer. 5th overall, 45.2 behind 4th Hirvonen. And what of Danny Sordo? Well, 4th fastest, 6.9 behind Hirvonen. Soft tyres on the car, 2nd overall in the standings. Yes, 2 minutes and 12 behind Loeb, but 1 minute and 6.8 clear of Petr Solberg. Still plenty of rallying to be done, don't forget, but it's looking very good for Sordo. Staying totally focused, though, on securing that runners-up spot. No mistakes allowed.
but tomorrow is also 4 stages more and tricky stages, so we need to keep concentration, and I think 1 minute is enough, but we need to be safety.
Petter Solberg, 5th fastest, another 15.8 lost to Sordo. Yes, cut a corner, punctured the front left, the rim was damaged, it wasn't good.
Tightens a little, and 6 left minus over crest, tightens, opens, long, tightens, cut 5 minus half long, tightens.
Well, it happened close to the end of the stage. Solberg decided to continue rather than stop and change the wheel. Now 3rd in the standings. Yes, he's going to have to watch out because Ervedon is now only 23.8 seconds behind.
Solberg's got a front left puncture for Solberg. He smacked something very hard, he's broken. I cut it in a little bit too much in one corner, and that's it basically, you know, it's my own fault that it happened, so... Well, I was -3, -4 up on Sordo, so it was going really well, but can't do anything with that now, just to change it.
There you go. Do better tomorrow on the last runs. Yes, tomorrow, in fact, it's finishing on Sunday, as you know, and we've got highlights, don't forget, on Monday. For now, though, Loeb is our leader and looking so supreme. Well, at the end of the day 3, 13 stages completed. Rally leader Sebastian Loeb just driving all the way to Monte Carlo for 2 more days of action around Monaco. Tomorrow has 4 stages to tackle, including 2 runs of the mighty Col de Turini. Hope you'll be there. I will. That's if my throat holds out. Sorry, it's been a bit jazz club tonight, but yes, I'm taking medicaments. That's the word. I'm Carlton Kirby. I'll see you tomorrow.